we live in a noisy world that is very complex, that is very confusing, and I think it is so easy to lose sight of what really matters to you. And only your personal goals are the compass that can guide you through this chaos and that can keep you on track and make it clear for you what you want in life. So in this video, I will guide you through some steps that might help you to get clarity on your goals and on what you really want from life. And if you like my face and my kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. It would mean a lot to me. And also give this video a thumbs up if it is somewhat helpful for you. So when it comes to get clarity on what you want in life, I think it's very helpful to start with the big picture. So step one is to journal on your values. Journaling is a fantastic way to get your thoughts sorted and to get clarity on about everything, I would say. You can ask yourself, what does truly matter to you? What do you really want in life? What are your core beliefs and principles? And of course, these are big questions and quite hard to answer right away. So I have two questions that might make it a little bit easier for you to approach these big questions. Let's pretend you are 90 years old. What would you love to look back onto? So, for example, what would you love to tell your grandchildren about, or your partner, or your old friend? What would you be proud of? And what do you want to remember in your life? And another question that you can ask yourself is, what would you do if money would not be important at all? So let's imagine that money would just flow to you automatically and everything that you do would not be for the money, because money is already there. It's not an issue at all. So how would you spend your time? What would you do? Step number two is talk to people. The simple act of talking about your uncertainties might already bring you some clarity. Because if you talk about something that is very unclear to you, you have to somehow sort your thoughts in order to verbalize your issue. So only by verbalizing your problem, only by talking about your uncertainties, it can happen to you that all of a sudden you get clarity. And the person who knows you really well, such like your parents, your siblings, or an old friend, might also give you some clarity on who you are and what you could do in life. You can, for example, ask them what you like to do as a child, or what they think you are good at, or what they especially appreciate about you. Another way that might be really helpful to get more clarity and to put all the puzzle pieces together is to write down all your passions. So make a list of all the things you love doing. What does ignite a fire in you? What really brings you joy? What are the things that you do and you forget about everything? And here it's very important to write down every little thing you can think of, even if it's something that you would think, oh, that's not important. You might think that it doesn't matter that you love to take care of your houseplants or whatever, but do write everything down, because you never know what might be the missing puzzle piece to get an entire picture of what you want to do in life. It might also be very helpful to visualize your ideal self. So in your mind, or even better on a piece of paper, just draw your ideal self. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where would you live? What are the people that surround you? What would you do for a living? And so on and so on. And if you do this, be very specific. If you have a talent in painting, you can paint all the things, but I would rather write all the things down, or you can also put together a vision board. Just make sure that you are very specific. So write exactly where you would live, who would be the people around you, and write everything in present tense. Like, for example, I live at the beach. I work on my own every day at the beach. I don't know, whatever. Just be very specific and write it as everything is already there, everything has already happened. And if you don't know yet all the details, which might be very possible because you're here, you're watching this video, it's not a big deal at all. Just write down what you know, and if you have absolutely no idea where you would be in 5 years, just look for pictures that inspire you. Just think about things that you like, about aesthetically pleasing things to you, and put together some pictures and maybe you will end up with a collage of things that you really like, and maybe this will bring you more clarity about the direction you should take in your life. And the final step is a very important one. It is to be patient and relax. I mean, it's totally normal that we don't always know where we want to go and that we have no clarity about the next steps in your life. And that is totally normal because, as I said at the beginning of this video, our life is so complex, so full of possibilities, and so confusing with all the information we get. It can be very hard to stay true to yourself. So be kind to yourself and be patient, because sometimes all we need is a little bit of patience, and then ideas will naturally come to you. Just trust that everything will come at the right time to you, and don't put any pressure on yourself, because pressure will everything just make worse. Pressure will block clarity. And sometimes clarity only comes when we try out something. So if in doubt, just try anything, and as you go, as you do the thing, you will find out if it's something for you or not, if you like it or not. In the end, it's not all about knowing exactly where you want to go. It's about enjoying the journey, and hopefully with the steps that I gave you today, the journey will be a little bit more enjoyable for you and maybe a little bit more inspiring. And yeah, that's it for today. Please let me know if you have any tips on getting more clarity on what you want in life. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!